Hello everybody, my name is Connor and welcome back to Noblasta TCG, where I post my games, learn from my misplays, and count on your feedback to grow. Today, we are playing Lim into Roger, and this match I feel pretty confident in. I think Roger is a really good deck, but I feel like Lim can outpace him a little bit. If I see what I need, which is the problem I have with this deck, is seeing what I need. Actually, not even this deck. It's the problem I have with every deck I play, except Green Purple Luffy. I miss Green Purple Luffy, but anyway, I digress. So we are going to go ahead, put that hand back for a mulligan, and while we do this, it's a perfect time to remind you guys that if you want to support the channel, you can head to 1000noble.com to grab or commission a custom playmat, and I am actually having a Black Friday sale all throughout this weekend. If you use code BF25, you should get 25% off of all of our current playmat designs. Unfortunately, it won't work for commissions, but anything you see on the shop, it's 25% off through this weekend, so get your orders in. And man, there is something about shuffling this deck. I think it's the outer sleeves. There's something about shuffling this deck that I just, it's so zen, dude. So I definitely do just sit and shuffle and zone out, and definitely zoning out. Feeling the feelings from last game. But we are going to go ahead and turn this around. Round 2 of this Treasure Cup. And we are going to do our best. We are going to take Lim. Hopefully that'll be the only loss, but we'll see. We'll see. Going to go ahead and get 5 cards and then set the 4 life out. Roger, I think, is such an interesting leader, and I really love the combination of red purple. And this hand looks rough, dude. This hand, I mean, I like to see the Sanjis. We love to see Sanji always, but it's looking a little rough. Not a lot of counter, and I feel like if Roger sees a really early and aggressive start, we could be in trouble. Thankfully, they don't always see an early aggressive start, and thankfully for us, unfortunately for my buddy there, nothing to play with 2 Dawn, no Searchers, no Buggy, anything like that. We do go ahead and play Lim down just to get that body on board and to search, getting ourselves a 2K. Hell's Judgment going to the bottom of the deck, I'm not too upset about, but it is kind of nice to have those counter events. But we go ahead, play Lim down, and pass. We have a decent amount of counter in hand. Roger is currently a 5K leader, 6K with the Dawn, so I'm really worried that he's going to just swing into Lim, and I don't really want that. Honestly, if he just swings into Lim, that's not the best. It's not the worst thing. We do have an NL, so we can kind of fix our hand. We can Sanji into an NL next turn. But I don't want that. I'd like to keep Lim on board just to help provide a lot of pressure, but he actually goes ahead and swings at my life, which is fine by me. I think I remember him saying that he's not too familiar with the Lim matchup, so, and not to be that guy, but in the Treasure Cup, I was like, oh yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm taking advantage of that. Look, I need every out I can get, man. Sometimes my games are just, not great. So, thinking about playing the Sanji, I think I should play the Sanji here. We'll go ahead and poke 5 with Lim at Roger, since Roger is a what is it? A 5K leader. Holy moly, my brain just stopped working. We are gonna actually play out Lim. I think we could have Sanji into Lim or Sanji into Anel. I think would have been a better choice than just dropping Lim here. Thinking about taking the Mihawk. I don't hate that idea. We do go ahead and take the Dofi. One thing that I need to be aware of, especially in the Roger matchup, I mean, any purple deck could use it, but Roger especially, is the new Rayleigh. Rest of 5 costs, so I can't hide behind Doflamingo. I just kind of, just thought about, Dofi's pretty tall. I bet I could hide behind him IRL. I'm kind of short, but anyway, getting distracted, that's my middle name. Playing down the Dofi and passing turn. So we have established a bit of a board, Slay. And unfortunately for my buddy, he really hasn't seen much as far as characters ramp. Anything, really. So 6k at Lim, at the rested Lim. I'm going to go ahead. Thinking about if I want a 2k, yeah, we go ahead, give him the 2k there. And then the Bond Clay comes down, get a ramp 8, Dawn active. And 2 for the buggy. Big ramp turn for my opponent, which I hate to see it. I mean, I love to see it because he's my buddy, but I hate to see it because I don't want him to ramp. I don't want him to be a 7k leader. I feel like I have to beat him before he gets to 7k or we're hurting. We're going to go ahead, rest 5. I know plenty of people just go ahead and rest like 3, but I'm very much I want to do all of the moves each and every step, just so that I know what I'm doing and I'm doing it right, so my opponent can follow what I'm doing. And yeah, I don't know, I'm weird, I guess. But swinging 5 at lead, gonna go ahead and see what we can do here. We get a 2k out of hand with Uta. That, to me, pretty good. We'll go ahead, swing 6 at lead, just really ramming down his life here. And I think that's kind of what you got to do when you play Rogers. You have to go beat him fast and hope, or at least drain his hand size. That's how I've found the most success. But another 2k from in the form of that Sanji to swinging 7. We get another 2k, so a bunch of 2ks there. We'll tap 3 for Anel to draw 3, trash 2. I go ahead and I trash another Sanji. I think that is okay. And I go ahead and trash Sabo. I think that's all right. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think that is the play. Yeah, we are at 10 Dawn. We can establish Shanks. I don't know if I need to establish Shanks, but getting the large body to possibly contend with some of his large bodies might be nice. But I believe that was a 7 at lead here. And Newgate comes down. Newgate definitely buffing him up to what I can't think. Hold on. See, I think he's a 7k. 9, so I think he's a 9k leader here. I always get really confused about when Roger becomes that 7k. You know, my buddy Kyle here, he's the Roger player. I believe he was saying yesterday when I was talking to him that he believes if Roger was consistent, Roger would be the best deck in format. And out of curiosity, what do you guys think of Roger? I think Roger is a good deck. I think he needs a couple more tools, but yeah, I think he's a good deck. But we go ahead, swing 5 into the Bond Clay, and then we play down Shanks. This is a pretty solid turn for Shanks, because of the fact that I just, he's a really big leader right now. So we are gonna swing, I believe that's 9, 6, 11 into lead. He goes ahead and takes that, leaving 2 Dawn up. That makes me think I know I have at least 1 Demon Blade, but the 3 Dawn set aside makes me feel like I have a Mihawk in my hand that I have not seen. No, I don't. Oh, I do have a Mihawk. Okay. So 11 with lead, and then, 11 with Anel, and then another 11. We're going to see if we can get some cards out of hand. Just really, yeah, we get the 0 cost event and a Rayleigh, a beautiful alt art Rayleigh too. I think the Roger art alts are gorgeous. I mean, I think that this game has beautiful alts most of the time, but, you know. I think we've put him in a pretty good spot. I think if he has another Newgate, we don't really have a way to swing like we did. Oh, we do have 2 Demon Blades. If he blockers, we have the Demon Blade. I I think, yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm sitting in a pretty good spot here. I think that we were just kind of able to rush him down, and he I think got really unlucky. Oh, actually, I'm pretty sure I remember this. I'm gonna go ahead and cut because we spend a lot of time thinking here. We'll be right back. All right, so I think he's about ready. Yeah, he starts with a 7K swing, I believe, at lead, and we do have the counter. I'm not really sure what he's going to be doing here, so I do go ahead and counter. He's got all 10 Dawn up still. I'm kind of expecting, even though I don't have a blocker on field, I'm kind of expecting a Roger. And I just wanted to make sure that, you know, because if I took the 7, I wouldn't be able, I would have to dump a lot of resources to get out of, you know, a potential, you know, 10 cost Roger, or even the new gate swing. So this was, you know what they say, you always want to counter out of the smallest swing, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that 7 is going to be his smallest swing. So he might spend a little more time thinking. He did take some time to think, but it was just it was a relatively small treasure cup, and he's my friend. I would rather have him sit and think and really think through those plays and get this really good practice in than, you know, give a shit about time. and maybe I should have hounded him more on time, but I didn't care enough. I did feel like I was in a pretty good position from this point, and honestly, like, he had his focus face on. I don't think I've ever seen him look so serious. He's a very chill, laid back guy, and he was focused. He was locked in. So I said, all right, like, take your time, dude. I think there were still games going anyway, so no rush. All right, so he does swing Newgate at lead, and with this, I feel like I think we just take this, just the 10 at lead. Yep, we get an Anel, which is a nice 1K, and we're gonna see what he plays here. Tapping 8 Dawn, 9 Dawn, 10 Dawn. Oh, tapping 10 Dawn. He does play down the Rush Shanks. Kind of annoying, but I think we're still in a pretty good spot, so I will go ahead and take that. And now we have a Sanji we just have to attach some Dawn to. I think having the Odyssey characters be 6K base has been really helpful this set, since there is so many 6K leaders. So with this hand, I think we just poke a couple of times, and with the Shanks, I needed to make sure that it doesn't affect leaders. So swinging 7 with the Sanji, we get a 1K there. Just trying to figure out the best way to do the math, and that's honestly something I'm really bad at. 7 at lead. I think I probably would have been better off getting 2 swings in, splitting, going 7-7. Actually, we'll see. We'll see if he counters. I think I mentioned it. I've mentioned it in the past, but this is what I have the hardest time with. So he ends up giving us a 2K there, 2 cards in hand. And okay, with 2 cards in hand, I don't think he can get out of a 7-7. Oh, okay, sure. I'll swing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll swing 10 at lead. No, 9. I think I say 10, and then I remember that Shanks is on the field. So I'm pretty sure that's 9. Gonna see here, because I think the reason I swung this is either he takes and we can swing big with Shanks, or he counters out, we poke with Mihawk. Or I have another, do I have another I do have another Mihawk in hand. I didn't even notice. Never mind. This is, yeah, we're gonna go 9. We're gonna go 9, 9, and then 11 here for game. And I think we should be able to get there. No Dawn up. 2 cards in hand. Yeah, I don't see a world where he gets out of those. Let's see I guess this could be the 0, if he has 0 costs, and yeah, there we go. 0 cost and Uta there. So Lim ability, Mihawk swinging there, and then 1 more. So Good game to my opponent. I think. I'm just gonna chuck my Sanji at him. Apparently, I think I really need to work on the mathing for lethal. I'm terrible at math. Yeah, I'm bad at that. So any tips on that you guys have, let me know. But I think I played that game pretty okay. I'm not like, oh my gosh, like I crushed at that game, but I'm like, okay, I made a couple questionable plays. But my opponent also got really unlucky, I feel. So, but hey, sometimes that's all we need, and today that was all we needed. So that is gonna be it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, hit that like button down below. It helps me out more than you could ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
すぐに片付けますのでご安心を。おらー、これじゃあキリがねえ。麦わら